Hello friends, so welcome you all to the new session on differentiation. In this class, we are going to discuss the basic formulas of differentiation. Okay, let's directly go on to the topic. So the first formula we are going to discuss is the derivative of a constant. Always remember, derivative of a constant term will be 0. I mean to say that derivative of a term independent of x, since you are differentiating with respect to x, any term independent of x will be a constant term and its derivative is 0. For example, let me take an example. D by dx of 10, if I take derivative of 10, that is nothing but 0. If you ask me what is the derivative of 101, we can see here 101 is a constant, so that is equal to 0. You can think about derivative of 499. So derivative of 499, I told you it's just a number which is independent of x, so this is equal to 0. Now you can think of derivative of minus 3. You need not always have a positive value, you can have a negative value, still the derivative of a constant term is 0. So always remember, the derivative of a constant term is 0. Fine. Okay, so the next formula is d by dx of a into x is equal to a. Means derivative of a constant into x will be the constant itself. Example, let me take an example. If I want to find out d by dx of 4 into x will be 4. Okay. Next, if you want to take d by dx of 99x, so that will be 99. Fine. Now derivative of, let me take minus 3 into x. So whenever you have an x, so the derivative of this will be minus 3. Yes. Now let me take the derivative of, let me take p into x. So if I have any constant along with x, so the derivative of this term will be just the constant itself. You might be wondering what happens to this x. So this I will tell you in the next formula. So the next very important formula is derivative of x power n is equal to n into x power n minus 1. For example, so let me take example, derivative of, if I take x power 9, d by dx of 9. Yes, Shruti, what is x power 9? So according to the formula, derivative of x power 9 is 9 into x power 9 minus 1, or you can write it directly. Replace the constant here, multiply the term by constant and reduce the constant by 1 power less. Okay, so the derivative of x power 9 is 9 into x power 8. Okay, so the derivative of x power 101 is 101 into x power, just reduce 1, so it is x power 100. Okay, so next you can think about derivative of x square. So this is very, sometimes you take this as an example also. Okay, so derivative of x square is 2, the power is 2 is multiplied into x power 1. Actually 1 we don't write it. It is understood, if you don't write the power, it is 1. So derivative of x square is 2x. Okay, next if I take derivative of x cube, so derivative of x cube is, remember, 3 into x power 2. Okay, 3x square. Okay, fine. So you can think of some other terms. So you can think of derivative of x power 6. Yes, Raju, what is derivative of x power 6? Good. So you have 6 into x power 5. Now next one, think about d by dx of x power minus 2. What is derivative of x power minus 2? Actually, according to this formula, I can take it as minus 2 into x power minus 2 minus 1. Okay, so this is nothing but minus 2 into x power, actually minus 2 minus 1 will be minus 3. So this can be written as minus 2 divided by x power 3. When the power which is in the numerator is taken to denominator, we get the positive power, or else we mean to say that the derivative of x power x square is nothing but 1 by x square. So this is of the form 1 by x power n. So if the power is negative, so then you will get the formula of the form 1 divided by x power n, and that we are going to discuss next. Okay, so always remember this is an exclusion here for this question. Okay, so derivative of, let me take one more example. If I have derivative of x power, let me say 4 by 3. You need not always have a full value. So x power 4 by 3 is nothing but, according to formula, so 4 by 3 into x power 4 by 3 minus 1. So this is nothing but 4 by 3 into x power, you can see here 4 by 3 minus 1 will be 1 by 3. Okay, so that is nothing but, if you want to write it in a more simpler form, so 1 by power 1 by 3 is nothing but cube root. So 4 by 3 into cube root of x. Okay, I hope you've understood. Let's move on to the next formula. Okay, so the next formula is derivative of 1 divided by x power n. In the previous formula we saw derivative of x power n. So it was n into x power n minus 1. Now the derivative of 1 by x power n will be minus of the power itself divided by x power. You increase the power. If the power is in the numerator, we would decrease the power. If the power is in the denominator, we will increase the power. Let me take an example, very simple way. So if I want to find the derivative of 1 divided by x cube, always remember just with the minus, always remember with the minus, you take minus 3 divided by x power. Actually it is 3 plus 1, don't consider this negative, actually it is 3 plus 1, so we can write it as minus 3 divided by x power 4. Okay, so very simple. So if we want to find out derivative of 1 by x power 9, so as simple, yes Santosh, so it is minus 9 divided by x power 10. Good. Now let me take one more example. If I want to find out the derivative of 1 by x power 32. Okay, these are just an examples because we are going to deal with more superior problems. For that you have to know these values. So 1 by 32 is minus 32 divided by x power 33. So this is the formula. Derivative of 1 by x power n is minus n divided by x power n plus 1, and there is a small formula. Okay, if you put n is equal to 1, put n is equal to 1, see what happens. This will be considered as formula itself. What? So if you take d by dx of 1 divided by x, so the derivative of 1 by x, so many times we will be using this. So derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 divided by x power 1 plus 1, so that will be nothing but 2, that is x square. So always remember derivative of x is 1, but derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Okay, and similarly derivative of 1 by x square, see what happens if I have to find out derivative of 1 by x square. So you generally use the formula, you need not worry. So this is nothing but minus 2 divided by x power, increase 1 power, so it is minus 2 by 3. This is a shortcut method, or else you can bring the term to the numerator and use the previous formula, that is x power n formula. You will still get the same answer. Okay, we'll move on to the next formula. So the next basic formula is derivative of root x. So derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root x. Actually this follows from the formula of x power n derivative. We know the root value is half. So if I take x power half, what is derivative of x power n? We know it is n into x power n minus 1, isn't it? So this is nothing but half into x power half minus 1 will be minus half, isn't it? So this is nothing but half into, if I bring the power half to the denominator, it will be plus 1 divided by x power half. This can be further simplified into 1 by 2 into 1 divided by x power half is root x. You can simplify this. So 1 divided by 2 root x. Remember, derivative of root x is 1 divided by 2 root x. Okay, the next formula is derivative of a power x. We saw x power a constant. Now here the difference is constant power x. So the derivative of a power x is nothing but a power x into log a. Remember, the base should be greater than 0 and x is a real number. Let me take an example. So if I take an example, so derivative of, if I take 2 power x, remember derivative of 2 power x is 2 power x into log 2. Okay, you need not simplify the value of log 2 and keep it, just keep it as it is. Now you can think about derivative of 3 power x. So derivative of 3 power x is, yes Shanti, the value is 3 power x into log 3. Good, very simple. Okay, isn't it? Isn't it very simple? Let me take one more example. If I have to take derivative of 9 power x, so derivative of 9 power x is 9 power x into log 9. Okay, now there is one more very famous formula. This actually follows from this formula itself. What we take is derivative of e power x, we just take it as e power itself. Okay, now you might be wondering, sir, e is also a constant, a is also a constant. What about this value log e? So remember, we know that log e, actually if the base is not given, it is understood it is nothing but e. So we know that log e to the base e is 1, therefore e is not considered this term log e to the base e. So derivative of e power x is e power x itself. Okay, remember, derivative of e power x is e power x, derivative of e power a power x is a power x into log a. Okay. Okay, so the next formula is derivative of e power ax is nothing but a into e power ax. I mean to say derivative of, if I have a power 3x, sorry, e power 3x. So derivative of e power 3x is, remember, multiply the constant here. So it is 3 times e power 3x. Okay, if it is e power x, it is just e power x itself. If it is some other value, then the value will be multiplied. For example, if I have e power 9x, so derivative of e power 9x is 9 into e power 9x. You might be wondering, what if it is negative? So e power minus x. So e power minus x is of the form, now this is nothing but e power minus 1 into x. So this is nothing but minus 1 into e power minus x, or else you simply write minus of e power minus x. Please be careful and don't say minus and minus will get cancelled. No, 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 no. This is multiplied a constant while this is a power. Okay. Now just similar one, if I have to take e power minus 3x. So derivative of e power minus 3x is, just follow the term, in place of a I have minus 3, so it is nothing but minus 3 into e power minus 3 into x. It is as simple as this. Okay, the next formula is derivative of modulus of x, mod x it is. So derivative of mod x is x divided by mod x. Is it clear? We just use it in some of the cases. So derivative of modulus x is x divided by modulus x. Now the derivative of just x just follows in the same pattern. So it is x divided by x. So this is nothing but 1. That is why we just take the derivative of x is 1 itself. But if the derivative of modulus x will be x divided by mod x, remember this. We are moving on to the logarithmic function. So derivative of d by dx of log x is nothing but 1 divided by x. Okay. So the proof we don't see it because it should be seen in the first PUC itself. So the derivative of log x is 1 divided by x. Again remember, if the base is not given, it is understood the base is e, log x to the base e. Okay, in case we have some other base, for example, if I have d by dx of log x to the base 2, okay, if I have some other base, then the derivative will be 1 divided by x into log 2. Okay, this is nothing but 1 divided by x into log 2. Okay, you might be wondering how I got this. Okay, so we are just using the same basic which we know. So d by dx of log x to the base 2 is nothing but, now what I am going to do it is, I am going to use the change of base rule which we have used seen in logarithmic. So this I am taking it as log x divided by log 2. I am changing the base to e. Okay, so this is nothing but, now log 2 is a constant. We know log is a number, so log 2 is a constant. You can remember it, bring it outside. So 1 divided by log 2 to the base e. Now you are left over with d by dx of log x to the base e. So we know that derivative of log x is nothing but 1 by x, and log 2 is already there. So remember, derivative of log x to the base e is just 1 by x. If we have some other constant, so we are going to divide the term by log of that constant. That is, finally I am going to write in this way. So derivative of log x to the base a, if I have some other base, then this derivative is 1 divided by x into log a. Don't forget, if it is e, you don't have a log term. If it is some other base, then it will be multiplied by log of that base. Friends, we are moving on to the formula of trigonometric functions differentiation. Please be very careful. These are very important formulas. So derivative of sine ax is nothing but a cos ax. If I put, the special term is if I put a is equal to 1. So if I put a is equal to 1, remember d by dx of sine ax becomes sine x. So a is nothing but 1. So if 1 is multiplied by any term, the term remains. So this is nothing but cos. Again a is 1. So this is nothing but cos x. So this is, again we are going to use it directly. The derivative of sine x is cos x. Remember, the derivative of sine x is cos x. But if I have the derivative of sine some other x, if I have derivative of sine 2x, so 2 is multiplied outside and it is nothing but cos of, just don't write x, the function itself. So derivative of sine 2x is 2 times cos 2x. So if I have derivative of sine of minus x, so derivative of sine of minus x is minus of cos of minus x. But remember, we know cos of minus theta is plus cos theta. Therefore, this can be written as minus of cos x. Okay. Similarly, if I have to use derivative of sine 3x, remember we are going to use this a lot in the further classes. So derivative of sine 3x is, yes Prema, the answer is, so multiply 3 constant, so 3 into cos 3x. So you can solve the problems as many you want. You can frame your own questions and practice the formulas. Next formula is derivative of cos ax. So as similar, we have seen in the first PUC derivative of cos is minus sine. So if you just put a is equal to 1, we are getting d by dx of cos a into 1 is, a into x is, you will just get x because a is 1. This is nothing but minus sine x. So this is again the basic formula. Remember, derivative of sine is cos, but derivative of cos is minus sine. We don't need the proofs of this because proofs we have studied in continuity and differentiability in first PUC. Okay, now, so similarly, if I have to find out the derivative of cos 3x, so derivative of cos 3x is, remember, for when you are derivating with respect to cos, it is negative outside, so it is minus 3 sine 3x. Remember, minus 3 is minus is outside, and this constant will be multiplied. So it is minus 3 sine 3x. So if I want derivative of cos of 4x, so it is nothing but minus 4 sine 4x. Okay, so if I want derivative of cos 9x, so this is nothing but minus 9 into sine 9x. Okay, remember these formulas. These are very, very important formulas. So the next formula is derivative of tan ax. So derivative of tan ax is a into secant square ax. So let me take the first term. If I put a is equal to 1, then I will get d by dx of tan x. We are going to use this so many times. So a is 1, so this will be replaced by secant square x. So remember, the derivative of tan is secant square, but if you have any other constant multiplied, then that constant will be multiplied. For example, so if I have derivative of tan 3x, yes, Akshit, what is the answer for tan 3x? So it is 3 times secant square 3x. Okay, now if I want to find the derivative of tan 9x, so derivative of tan 9x is, remember, 9 into secant square 9x. Okay, don't make this as then this will always be secant square. So derivative of tan is secant square. If any constant is there, then multiply that constant and keep the function as it is. Is it clear? Fine. Next one is derivative of cot function. So derivative of cot ax is nothing but minus of a into cosecant square. Derivative of tan will be secant square, and derivative of cot will be minus of cosecant square. If you just put a is equal to 1, see what happens. I will get d by dx of cot x. So derivative of cot x is minus a is nothing but 1. So it is cosecant square x. So derivative of cot x is cosecant square minus of cosecant square x. Okay, so let me find some examples. So if I find out the derivative of cot 3x, so derivative of cot 3x is minus 3 cosecant square 3x. Don't forget and just write x. So if it is 3x here, then it should be 3x here. Only thing is the constant will be multiplied. So if the derivative of cot 2x, so derivative of cot 2x is minus 2 into cosecant square 2x. So you can use as many examples and try so that you would remember the formula for many years if you want to pursue with mathematics in further classes. So the next formula is derivative of secant ax. So derivative of secant ax is a into secant ax into tan ax. So if you just put a is equal to 1, we get the basic formula. Derivative of secant is nothing but secant x into tan x. Remember, derivative of secant x is secant into tan x. So if you want to find out some other constant, if it is d by dx of, let me say, secant 3x. So this is nothing but 3 into secant 3x into tan 3x. Okay, let me take one more example. If I want to find out the derivative of secant 5x, yes, Sunil, what is the answer? So 5 is a constant outside, so it is 5 into secant 5x into tan 5x. Remember, this 5x will be replaced every time we write it. Okay, let's move on. Next formula is derivative of cosecant ax. So derivative of cosecant ax is minus a into cosecant ax into cot ax. If you put a is equal to 1, we get the basic formula. Derivative of just cosecant x. So derivative of cosecant x is minus, as I told you, a becomes 1. So minus cosecant x into cot x. So remember, derivative of secant will be secant with tan, and derivative of cosecant will be negative of cosecant with cot. Okay, let's take an example. So if I have derivative of cosecant 5x, so yes, Raju, so what is the answer? So the constant is 5, so it is minus 5. Don't forget to write the negative sign. So minus 5 into, it is cosecant 5x into cot 5x. Okay. Next, similarly, d by dx of, or the derivative of, if I have cosecant 9x, so this will be minus 9 into cosecant 9x into cot 9x. These are just basic formulas. It would be wonderful if you can remember this for the further classes. We are moving into the derivative of inverse trigonometric functions. Please be very careful, friends. So derivative of sine inverse of x is nothing but 1 divided by root of 1 minus x square. So this is valid for all the values from open interval minus 1 to 1. We know what is the reason for this in the inverse trigonometric functions chapter. Okay, so the derivative of sine inverse of x is nothing but 1 divided by root of 1 minus x square. In the differentiation formulas is like buy one get one free offer. So if you remember one, the other one would be almost similar. So if you remember the derivative of sine inverse of x, you can easily write the derivative of cos inverse of x. So derivative of cos inverse of x is nothing but minus 1 divided by square root of 1 minus x square. So it's very simple. If it is plus 1 divided by, it is sine inverse of x. It is minus 1 divided by, it is cos inverse of x. Again here x will belong to the open interval minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, remember these are the derivative of inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, next one. So the derivative of tan inverse of x is nothing but 1 divided by 1 plus x square. Here you don't have the root term here, and again this is nothing but 1 plus. In sine inverse and cos inverse you have a negative sign here, but here you have plus. Okay, so tan inverse of x derivative is 1 divided by 1 plus x square. We know x can belongs to any real numbers. Now if you know tan, the derivative of cot is again similar. So derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 divided by 1 plus x square, and derivative of cot inverse of x is, can you guess? Yes, so it's minus 1 divided by 1 plus x square. Again here x will belong to any real number. So if you know the derivative of tan inverse of x, you can write the derivative of cot inverse of x. Only thing is with the negative sign. Fine. Okay, let's move on to the last pair of inverse trigonometric functions. So derivative of secant inverse x. So we saw sine inverse and cos inverse. We saw tan inverse and cot inverse. Now finally secant inverse and cosecant inverse. Derivative of secant inverse x is 1 divided by x into root of x square minus 1. So the condition is x should be a positive value, that is greater than 1. X should be greater than 1. Okay. The reason is if x is less than 1, we can see here this will become a complex term. So that's why remember the condition. So if you know secant inverse x, I think Aishwarya has already guessed the derivative of cosecant inverse x. Yeah? Yes. So derivative of cosecant inverse x is minus 1 divided by x into root of x square minus 1. Condition is same, x is greater than 1. Okay. So students, till now we have discussed the basic formulas of differentiation. So we are going to solve this further problems of differentiation in the next class. So we'll meet in the next session. Until then, everybody take care and bye.